What is this abomination of a game? This is Pipe Spaghetti and also Conveyor Spaghetti, the game. It is glorious. Look upon my industry. Look at it. Rub it all over your face. No, don't. You'll get a horrible rash. But it is Factorio in 3D. Only less crazy and alien than Satisfactory. Because Satisfactory is already Factorio in 3D. This is probably more Factorio than Satisfactory is. Instructions unclear. Given myself concussion. Right. Now, with all of that in place, we'll be producing plastic. Now, the next step in our plastic journey is we need ethanol to create disinfectant and also steel to create medical supplies. So basically, I need a supply of steel, which I've already got. Win. And a supply of ethanol. Set that up. Ethanol. Once again, please keep it full. Also, once it's here, don't take it away again. Thank you, please. Right, so I'll need to bring the steel over. And join the ethanol to the plastic. Is there anything else I need plastic for? Oh, yes. With cooking oil and taters, I can make snacks. Or with cooking oil and corn, I can make snacks. And biomass. Also, PCBs. There's many things that I'm going to need it for, actually. Microchips as well. Consumer electronics. Oh, my lord. It's gonna want me to make a storage space for it, isn't it? Yes, it most certainly is. All right, well, let's focus on medical equipment for now. So we're going to need an assembly electric to make both of these things. And a chemical plant to make the disinfectant. Right. Should we go for a chemical plant too? Well, let's get the plastic up and running first. Let's Unity build as much as we can. And unpause the rest. There we go. Hey. PCBs become next Taiwan simulator. I think Taiwan is gone. Taiwan drowned. Sad but true. The world is underwater. Also, Dabblings. If you didn't already catch that Sal is now the face of Dwarf Fortress. Well, now you know. I believe Sal will be appearing. I don't know when you're next going to be on the Kitfox stream. But Sal is helping out to introduce peeps to Dwarf Fortress. And maybe Twitch will let me shout you out now instead of saying, you've shouted out someone too soon. You can't shout out that many people. Don't pretend you've got friends. I know you don't. There we go. Chat, you can now click on yourselves again, though in a different part of your head this time, because you've given yourself a bruise probably already. Aim for somewhere else. And give Sal a follow too. Sal is Spokesdwarf, yes. Sal is the Fortress Liaison. If Sal makes any curious demands, then you are free to lava her. He's going to ask you to take off your clothes. This has gone in a direction I wasn't anticipating. Right. Now, sadly, it's going to cost a bloody fortune to get these things up and running. And then I've got to make a chemical plant. And I've got to make a tier 3, if you notice. assembly electric to finally put everything together. That's most vexing. What I'm going to do for the time being, though, is I will set up a place for collecting plastic that doesn't get used to make other items. Let's set that up right now for collecting plastic. So I'm going to want a supply. I'm just not going to sell it to remain full or anything like that. Alright. Road Train the Crude is off to get some more crude oil. Things are Notice how much more slag spreads out versus rock. Super nice, sharp, steep edge. And then blah. Granted, it would be worse if it was soil. But still, blah. And we are still waiting for microchips. My lord. Right, how are we doing for iron? Iron is doing actually pretty amazingly well. Most of our trucks can't actually do anything with the iron they're holding. We are shy of workers, though. Okay. Are we still shy of workers from before? Is this a different disease? Yes, we've got moderate flu. God damn it! Health boost. Let's invest in that rather than quarantine. In fact, we could possibly invest in health boost 2. Get double health boost. That should rapidly improve our health. Air pollution is getting quite bad now, though. Well, the disease isn't there. It's not going to be too bad, but yeah, air pollution is a bit of a worry. That is definitely one appeal to the electric boiler, even though it uses an enormous amount of power to run. It would not be producing any pollutants because it doesn't have any kind of exhaust to burn. Do we have the means of capturing exhaust yet? We might not. Sugar. Exhaust scrubber. No, we do. We do. Exhaust plus water equals sulfur, CO2, and some steam. Well, the exhaust is... Let's have a look at the relative levels of pollution. Significantly less polluting. CO2 is significantly less polluting. But we can also, using a gas injection pump, get rid of the CO2. Yeah, an exhaust scrubber plus a gas injection pump will, for 150 kilowatts, a decent amount of maintenance, and 12 workers, completely get rid of 180 units of exhaust and produce, well, and it would need 24 water as well. But it would produce 6 sulfur and 24 low steam. And that low steam, 24 low steam, would be able to produce more water than that. Be able to produce 48 water. Alternatively, you could also run it through a low-pressure turbine. Oh, you'd need a lot more of it, though. I'd basically need 2 of them running constantly to run a single low-pressure turbine. Which would not produce an awful lot of power. Well, actually, it would produce 600 kilowatts, so it would produce more power than it was costing to run. Huh. Interesting. The problem is I would need to capture all of the exhaust from the entire area. Like, I don't think I can store exhaust as a gas in one of the in one of these. sadly. I can't even check right now. Actually, one of these that we're building, we could probably check in. No, I can't store exhaust, so I can store the carbon dioxide. Is there anything else I can do with sulfur rather than just burning it? Sorry, chat. I'm on the hunt for efficient ways of dealing with my pollution. Maybe sometime. In terms of what I can use for, I can use it to make rubber, which I could then trade away. I can use it to make acid. I can combine it with limestone to make slag. I could make tofu and animal feed. Probably one of the more consistent ways of using it, though, would be to combine it with naphtha and make rubber. And then sell the rubber for things, so I could get wood. That's about all I could get with the rubber. Damn it. Unless there are some contracts that want sulfur. There are not. Are there contracts that want rubber? There are not. There are contracts that want slag in exchange for sour water, which would produce more sulfur. No. This is a bad deal. It's an endless circle. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is burning the sulfur is going to produce more pollutant than quite a lot of other things would. So it would produce 12 sulfur that I would need to do something with. Granted, I could just dump sulfur somewhere. Like, I could literally use it to... Well, can I actually dump sulfur? No, I cannot. Much sad. We cannot make mountains of sulfur. I suppose the best way then would be to combine it with limestone and to produce slag. It'll get rid of 24 sulfur plus 6 limestone produces 12 slag, which I could then dump. That being said, I could mix crushed slag. I don't need cement as well to make the concrete, but concrete can be sold. No, it can't. Concrete cannot be sold. I lied. But yeah, I would be able to get rid of it in order to build out my island probably nearly indefinitely. So it isn't the worst thing in the world, by far, but it's still not great. Very much not great. Is there anything else we could do? Because, yeah, getting rid of 180 exhaust, that's definitely good. Because the exhaust by itself would... Let me go down to consumption. 180 exhaust would produce 90 pollution. And it would generate... And I could get rid of the CO2. So really the only pollutant that I would have to do anything with would be the sulfur. And for every 180 pollutant that I would be producing, I would produce 48 pollutant by burning the sulfur. It's not the worst thing. Very much isn't. But if I can just break that down into slag by using limestone, it's probably the better thing to do. Acid is another problem because, you know, I could basically poison the entire ocean with acid. I could just make lots and lots and lots of glass mix, though, I suppose. Poppy, acid, and glass make morphine. I could mix rock acid and to get hydrogen fluoride and slag. I mean, acid has a lot of uses later down the line, to be fair. And just making glass mix is not a bad idea. But it only uses small amounts of sulfur to do it. But the recipe for sulfur... let me have a look. The recipe for sulfur produces 24 pollution and only 6 sulfur. But the sulfur exhaust creates 24 pollution per 12 sulfur. So in overall, that process will generate 36 pollution. 24 from the sulfur generation and 12 from sulfur exhaust, right? What do you mean the recipe for sulfur? Oh, the exhaust, you mean? Yeah. Yes. Basically, 360 exhaust would produce 48 pollution, plus enough sulfur to produce another 48. Yeah. So 180 pollution would be converted to 96. Still a pretty good win. You're halving the pollution you're producing. And if instead you use the sulfur for something else... Right now, stripping the sour water is by far the best thing to do with it, since I need the ammonia. I use the ammonia plus nitrogen to make fertilizer. I also use it... I also use the ammonia to make nitrogen and no, do I anymore? Do I use it to make hydrogen? No, I don't. No, I produce the ammonia and then immediately turn that into fertilizer using nitrogen. But I am producing a lot of sulfur. Basically, I'm producing 24, 36 sulfur every 60 seconds. And on top of that, then, I would additionally, if I was just scrubbing some exhaust, be producing an extra 6. What's my current acid source? Currently, my acid source is sulfur and water. And to be fair, actually, the acid is going down, but I think... no, we could definitely produce more acid. We could absolutely be producing more acid right now. Okay. That is promising. That is very promising. We could greatly upscale our production of acid. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just have my sulfur run down here and then to another batch over here and have a huge acid deposit. That might not be a bad choice. Let's make a gigantic thing of acid that will in no way, shape, or form ever bite us in the butt. No, this is a completely sane thing to do. We just want a vast tank of extremely potent acid just sat atop of hill, ready to spill down into our farms or leach into the ground. Yeah, nothing's going to go wrong. Absolutely, and nothing could go wrong. Would I let anything go wrong? No. No. 100% perfectly safe. You can trust me. At this point, I'm just going to go all in on this. And we are going to just, hopefully, solve the world's acid crisis. What do you mean there isn't an acid crisis? Of course it's an acid crisis. There isn't enough acid. This is probably going to use stupid amounts of water, though. Much sad. But this will, ideally, be able to handle a redonkulous amount of sulfur. Now, I need to bring water over. Water is currently being provided by here. Whether there is always enough water, that's another matter entirely. Yes, there generally does seem to be. Where is that water coming from, though? 24, 24, 24. That water is shared with a lot of other systems. I might need to top up the water supply down here a bit. They're also sending water down from this water reservoir. Oh! Right. So we might actually have overproduction of water down here, but regardless, I'm sort of feeling that we would probably want to send this water up instead, combine it with whatever water we've got here, and send that through. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Actually. Hold this back a bit. Then we'll have two separate areas delivering. There we go. I might need to move those pipes around in a moment. I will double check that before I confirm anything. There we are. So that water will be delivered. Now I just need the sulfur. And the sulfur is right there. Currently, this is moving on a regular tier 1 belt. I can almost promise you it's going to need to be a lot more powerful than that. So I will likely upgrade these. Of course it's going to be funky shaped. Why would it be anything but? Okay, fine. I'm going to need to pull the belts back then. Yep. Sorry, the pipes back. So, let's... Yeah, I think if I bring the pipes back by 1, we should have enough room to take care of that. So, what I'll do... Instead, go down there and then branch out in this way. Gives us a clearance of 2 tiles that way instead of 1. You know what? We don't actually need to build that in this way either. Let's bring this right back. It's not what I meant to click. That's fine. Hey, Burbles. Will you be uploading this to your archive channel? Yep. Absolutely will. Ah! Now let's just pull all of this back by 1. There we go. Now, should be able to have the sulfur come down properly. Even looks good. Except that's now banking too aggressively. Why are you insistent on being such a pain in the bum? Let me get rid of a couple of these first then. We'll dig it back a bit. There we go. And now from here we'll draw this whole line out. And then we'll see if I can branch off. That one works, and it will work in a moment. Sometimes you have to fight the game to get it to do what you want, which is a shame. I kind of dislike it when games are like that, but overall, we've got what we wanted. No, come on. Yeah, no. Damn it, no. Ah! Need to prevent it from trying to turn that way. To do that, I will do this. Again, I'm basically having to trick the game into doing things the way I want it to. It's not ideal. Oh, that won't work now. go. Right. That should take care of everything. It's a heck of an update, though. But let's see how much of it we can get done with Unity build. A surprisingly large amount. Not going to lie, very impressed. We are no way going to have enough workers, though. Unless I shut these down. Which I will have to do in a moment. Just get these built first. That Aavak is not yelling balls into the mic right now is impressive. Good motto, Takarosh. Ooh, what books did you purchase for your birthday, Pete? Let's just have a look around the rest of the settlement. We actually need to get more housing still. Greatly frustrating. Alright. So I'll make that a priority because we're currently shy on workers even with everything else. So it is definitely a requirement here. How's everything going over here? None too bad. We're producing plenty of water. Are we actually... Oh, look at that! Got full water! This is a happy day. An exceedingly happy day. Have we got full water over here? Kind of. Not really, though. What I probably want to do is upgrade the pipeline coming down here. Gonna be honest, that is probably what we need. But now I'll have to wait on it. Honestly, I don't actually need this. Since I'm splitting them evenly, it's not necessary for that to be anything but a pipe connection. Don't worry, we'll get more workers soon. Right now, the lion's share of all my material resources are going into upgrading the housing. We have both plenty of electronics, plenty of copper at this point. And then, once that's done, we'll finish off getting this set up. Well, actually, in a fairly good situation at that stage. I think it's fair to say we no longer need this, though. So, whomp. Goodbye. You have served your purpose well. And that made very quickly. All of this can be redistributed wherever it needs to be. We are going to have a load of building materials available from that. A lot of which will ideally be being brought up here to finish off all the work over here. go. Decommissioning that area actually freed up a lot of resources. We'll get that done as well. So the coal can start flowing down automatically. Likewise with the acid, that can just be moved down here. This is wonderful to see. Everything in full motion. It'll take them a while to empty out all of these resources up here, though, but that's fine. Got loads of acid available. We just need to get this finished at this point. Mine control tower, no place to mine. Oh, that's my iron mine as well. No available place to dump products. Dirt? What are we trying to dump? Exactly. Place to dump products. Excavator has no reachable terrain. We should be okay, but... we're good for iron for quite some time, I think, though. We've got 5.2k iron plates. This is very nearly finished at this stage. Hopper is full. Right, how are we doing with the expansion over here? Not that far away, but still not close as I would like. And a big part of that is that we are now restocking the production of construction part 2s. Though looking at this, I'm kind of feeling that, yeah, we're really hurting for wood, of all things. Yeah. Okay. Well, 'tis time then, I'm going to say, at exceedingly long last, for us to run the sawmill again. This will produce 48 logs every 60 seconds. Which may be a bit more than we need, but we'll see. We'll run with -1 worker for now. Right. I definitely need to dig. Ooh. Well, actually, first, what I need to do is build out from the side here. 1, 2. We very badly need to redefine. Oh, sorry. To emphasize the wall here, to the retaining wall, and then move down an extra layer. I kind of put that off way longer than I should have. One bit too long. It would be easier actually if I just did this, to be fair.